AI, it's everywhere, isn't it? The conversation almost always goes straight to the worries, jobs, privacy, the sci-fi scenarios. But what if we flip that? What if AI could actually be like a really positive force for democracy, making it stronger? That's what we're digging into today. We've got this great collection of sources all talking about specific ways AI could be woven into democratic processes responsibly.
Exactly. And our plan is to unpack, let's say, 5 specific concrete ways that AI could potentially make democracy smarter, more inclusive, and fair. We're pulling this straight from the material you sent over.
Okay, let's jump in. The first one, and I think this is really promising, is AI as an idea collector and summarizer. Think about it right now. It's overwhelming sometimes, trying to process all the feedback citizens give. These sources show AI can handle huge amounts of input from websites, surveys, even those, really long public hearings. And it's not just collecting it. The interesting part is how it finds patterns, pulls out the main themes, even shows where different groups disagree clearly. Then, boom, policymakers get a quick snapshot of what people actually think.
Right.
The big plus. Every voice counts, even if you've got thousands of people chiming in.
Yeah, and there's that Taiwan example you mentioned, using Pol.is.
Exactly. Pol.is. It uses AI to basically summarize online talks and find consensus points. The idea is to stop debates just getting totally polarized and going nowhere.
And that's just so vital now, isn't it? With the sheer amount of information, huge populations, it's almost impossible for people to sift through millions of comments manually. The real breakthrough here, the aha moment, is how AI tackles that bottleneck.
Yeah.
It makes all these diverse, sometimes messy opinions digestible, turns raw input into something, actionable. It really empowers citizen voice at a scale we couldn't manage before.
Totally changes the scale, yeah. So, okay, we've collected the ideas. What happens next? That brings us neatly to the second application, AI for simulation and scenario analysis.
Ah, okay. Predicting the future, sort of.
Kind of. Imagine citizens suggest something new. Housing, maybe a climate plan, changes to transport. How do we know what will actually happen if we do it?
Right, the knock-on effects.
Precisely. AI can predict those consequences. It can run simulations, showing the impact on traffic or energy use, nature, the city budget, all of it. And it gets better. It can even suggest different ways to reach the same goal if the first idea has tricky side effects.
So the benefit is?
Citizens actually see what their ideas might lead to, the tangible results, and that helps everyone make smarter choices together.
That kind of foresight is gold in policymaking. Historically, it's been really tough, even for the experts, to see all the ripple effects. What AI does here is it sort of democratizes that foresight, takes it out of the specialist silo, and gives citizens a clearer picture of potential impacts. It really lifts the quality of the whole discussion, moving it from just vague ideas to, okay, if we do X, then Y and Z might happen.
A much more grounded discussion. Okay, third application. AI as a conversation partner in citizen councils. Think about town halls, citizen assemblies, that kind of thing. The sources suggest AI could act as a neutral guide in those conversations.
A neutral guide? How would that work?
Well, it could, say, clarify complex stuff like budget details or dense policy language right there in the moment. It could also respectfully point out if misinformation pops up, which, let's be honest, is crucial these days.
Definitely.
And maybe the most powerful part. It can help people phrase their own ideas clearly, especially if someone isn't super confident speaking up or finds it hard to put thoughts into words.
So boosts accessibility.
Hugely. It makes it easier for folks who might be less assertive or maybe less fluent with the specific jargon to actually participate fully.
That really hits on inclusivity, doesn't it? Because those traditional forums, they often favor the loudest voices or the most articulate ones. AI, as this neutral helper, could really break down those communication walls, make sure the good ideas don't get lost just because someone isn't a smooth talker.
Yeah.
It levels the playing field, making the system adapt to the person, not the other way around.
Yeah, it shifts from just hearing voices to actually understanding them and making sure everyone's heard, which flows right into number 4. AI for monitoring inclusion and justice. Because getting input is one thing, but is it fair input? Is it representative? AI, the sources say, can check if certain groups are consistently left out or underrepresented in these processes.
How would it do that?
By analyzing the data, it can help answer really important questions like, who's actually speaking up? Who's staying quiet? Whose ideas get traction and who's get ignored?
Okay, I see.
The advantage is massive. It makes those hidden biases visible. It helps us spot inequality in the process itself and then hopefully actively fix it.
That's fundamental, absolutely fundamental for genuine democracy. If the participation process itself is biased, then the outcomes will be too. Identifying and tackling those systemic issues. That's how you ensure the process actually reflects everyone, not just the usual suspects. It's about moving towards real equity in who gets to shape the future.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, fifth and final application, and this one ties a lot together. AI for transparency and feedback. You know that feeling when you give feedback or an idea to the government and it just vanishes, like into a black hole?
Oh yeah, the civic void?
Exactly. Well, AI can help fix that. The sources suggest it can track policies all the way from the initial idea right through to implementation.
Like a progress tracker.
Sort of, yeah. It could automatically let citizens know, hey, here's what happened with your suggestion, and it could summarize complex government decisions in plain language everyone can understand.
That makes a huge difference.
Right. The benefit is making the whole process of government decision-making transparent, traceable, and, crucially, verifiable. Builds trust.
Absolutely. That connection back to trust and accountability is key.
Yeah.
When people see their input is taken seriously, even if it's not ultimately adopted, and they understand why decisions were made, they feel more connected, less cynical. It encourages more engagement down the line, creates a more informed, active citizenry.
So these 5 applications, they paint a pretty compelling picture, a positive one. But, and this is a big but, the sources are incredibly clear about the limits, about what AI must not do.
Right, the guardrails. This isn't about letting the machines take over.
Not at all. The warnings are explicit. AI should never make decisions without a human being accountable. Full stop. It shouldn't replace nuanced, sensitive human deliberation with just cold, hard technocracy. And it definitely shouldn't be deciding what's morally true or good.
So no robot judges or philosopher kings.
Exactly. The core idea is AI must be serving, not steering, always under democratic control, always transparent, explainable, and fair. It's a tool, a powerful one, but just a tool.
And those ethical boundaries, the need for human oversight, that's non-negotiable according to this material. AI can boost our abilities, sure, but it can't substitute for human judgment, for responsibility, for that messy but vital democratic back and forth. Technology serves us. We don't serve the technology, especially not in how we govern ourselves.
So pulling it all together, what's the bottom line from these sources? It seems to be this. AI can make democracy smarter, more inclusive, fairer. It has that potential, but, and it's the crucial condition, only if well embedded.
If well embedded, meaning?
Meaning it has to be designed around people, human-centered, it needs strong ethical foundations, and it must connect with the actual real-world experiences of citizens. It's about enhancing democracy, not automating it.
Yeah.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with something to chew on perhaps. Given these capabilities we talked about, and also these really important warnings, how can we, as citizens, play an active role in making sure AI is integrated responsibly into our democracy? How do we ensure it genuinely serves people, not just efficiency or systems? What stands out most to you? Is it one of these potential applications? Or maybe it's one of the cautionary notes that feels most critical to get right.